Hola and welcome to my How to Let Go of the Past so you can start living in the present video. During one of my neighborhood walks this week, the colorful beauty of some autumn leaves that were still hanging on to a tree caught my attention. I thought to myself that the leaves were all dressed up in that beautiful, vibrant orange to celebrate the next step in their cycle. And just then, one of the leaves fell off the branch and slowly danced back and forth in the air before finally and silently falling to the ground and joining all of the other leaves that had already fallen. It was so beautiful. And I thought about how the leaves falling off of the tree are making room for the buds that are going to form inside the branches during the winter to emerge and bloom in the spring, and how those new blooms are going to be getting their nutrients from the rain and the deconstructed and decomposed leaves that had fallen off of that very tree a year or two before. So in essence, the past feeds the future, but the present is a beautiful display not to be missed. It got me thinking about how sometimes it's hard to let go of certain aspects of our past. It could be because maybe you felt you were betrayed or wronged by someone, or you were the one who wronged someone else and you're stuck in a pattern of guilt. Or maybe you lost someone that you really, really loved, and it's really hard to live in a world without them. Or maybe your life has changed in unwelcome ways, and you wish things could go back to the way that they were at some point in the past. There are so many different reasons why people get stuck in the past. And sometimes we need to stay there temporarily to process what's happened in our lives. However, if you feel like you're stuck there, you can't enjoy or experience the present because you're always reliving the past in your mind over and over again, then you probably need to let go of the past so you can be present in the here and now. This is your life happening right now. You don't want to look back 10 years from now and wonder how those years just passed you by without you truly living them. And you will never be able to get that time back. In this short video, I'm going to identify the 4 crucial steps you need to take in order to let go of the past and start living in the present. So make sure you watch until the end. Hola chicas poderosas, I'm Mari Rosas and this is my YouTube channel, Chica Power, where you learn how to fall in love with yourself first. I just want to take a minute here and ask a favor. If you like this video and find it helpful, please hit the like button and please, por favor, subscribe to my channel. You can also ring the bell, that way you're notified every time I upload a new video. Okay, chicas, let's get started. Number 1 is acknowledge and or honor your past. Think about the significance that this past event or era has had in your life. Was it a relationship that taught you what you might need to avoid in the future? Or was it an extremely happy time in your life that has now come to an end? I find that journaling is a great way to process my thoughts and feelings about anything, really. Write it all down. Sometimes we don't want to let go of the past because we're afraid that we're going to forget about it. Write about how this part of your life or this event made you feel. Really go back there and experience it no matter how difficult it may be, so you can get it down in as much detail as you would like. Write about what you've learned from the experience or that particular time of your life and how you've lived your life or made different choices because of it. If you don't like to write, then create a video or even an audio recording. When you're done, take the electronic document or video or audio file off of all of your devices, save it to a thumb drive, label it, and put it away somewhere where you won't be tempted to go looking for it very often. If you wrote it down in a notebook, label it and put it away. In a box, in the far corner of your basement, garage, attic, storage unit, wherever. Leave it there. I don't know about you, but when I write something down, it sort of frees me from thinking about it all the time. It's recorded somewhere, so my mind doesn't have to keep replaying it. Hopefully, this will give you a respite from thinking about it all the time. Number 2 is to make an intentional decision to move on from the past and start living your life again. Living in the past doesn't serve anyone. You can honor your past and still live in the present and even plan for the future. If you did something that you regret and there's a way to make amends, for example, admit that you were wrong and apologize to someone that you hurt, do it. Forgive yourself and remember the lesson. If someone else hurt you or betrayed you, you need to forgive them in your heart. Let's be clear here. You do not have to let them know that you forgave them, particularly if that person is no longer in your life. But again, here you want to remember the lesson. Watch my self-acceptance part 1 video for more details on how to forgive yourself and others. If you're living in the past because they were happier times and something has happened to change that, for example, a divorce or a breakup, you need to accept what has happened and give yourself the love that you need in order to be happy again. Watch my Breakup Survival Guide series for comprehensive steps on how to manage the pain and heal in a healthy way so that you can move on. If someone that you love dearly has died, of course, you need to allow yourself the time and space to grieve and heal. And while I know from personal experience that grieving the loss of a loved one is an ongoing process that never ends, you do eventually get more accustomed to living your life without that person. You never have to stop loving and honoring that person, and there are ways in which you can include them in your family traditions and even your day-to-day life. When you're feeling ready, however, you need to make some room in your life for your own personal happiness. And I know that it may sound cliche, but that person that you love dearly, who loves you back, even though they're not here on earth anymore, would want you to move on and be happy in life. Start with baby steps. Self-care is what I recommend to start out with, and then concentrate on self-love to support you through the process. Watch my self-care and self-love video series for helpful hints in these areas. Number 3 is cord cutting. And what I'm referring to here is energetic cord cutting. So if you feel like you just can't get rid of those energetic hooks or cords that have been holding you back, I urge you to try this 28-minute cord cutting meditation that you can do to help release any energetic bonds that you may have to other people, places, beliefs, events, etc. You can continue to do this meditation daily or as often as you like, maybe a couple of times a week, until you feel like you no longer need it. See the link in my description. After you've effectively cut those cords, you may want to get rid of that document or video recording that you made in step number 1. If you have a fireplace, burning the pages of your document can be very cathartic. I don't recommend, however, throwing your thumb drive in the fireplace. You'll probably create some toxic fumes. You don't want to do that. But you may want to throw it in the trash. If you're really dramatic, you may want to smash it with a hammer before you throw it away. The cords that you're cutting are from a person who's no longer in your life. You can also delete or trash any photos or mementos of them and delete their contact information from your phone. You'll likely experience a sense of lightness and freedom in doing this. Step number 4 is to replace those old thought patterns with new ones. For example, if your mind always goes to, I can't believe he did that to me, which then takes you into that spiral of reliving how he wronged you. Stop yourself at that, I can't believe he did that to me, and say to yourself, that's in the past now, and I have learned. Insert whatever it is that you've learned. So for example, I've learned to recognize a narcissist and I will avoid that at all costs in the future. And then, very important, add, I will now focus on loving and nurturing myself. Follow that up with thinking about all of the things that you're doing or plan to do in order to support and nurture yourself. So for example, that incredible yoga class that you're now taking. Every single time your mind tries to take you down that familiar, unhealthy, toxic path, stop it in its tracks and take it down this new, lovely path that you've created. With enough repetition, your mind will automatically take you to your beautiful and healthy path every time you start thinking about that. I want to stop and mention here that if you try everything in this video or even other things that you end up trying and still can't seem to let go of the past, I suggest trying therapy. If you already go to therapy, let your therapist know that you need some help and or some techniques to help let go of the past. Hypnotherapy may be a really good option to consider as well. Well, that's it for today, chicas. My beautiful mommy often used refranes to land her message. A refrán is a wise Latina saying or adage. Today's nugget of wisdom is, el día de ayer nadie lo volverá a ver, which translates literally into no one will ever see yesterday again. This is a reminder that the past is in fact over. We cannot relive it or change it. So it's best to focus on the present, which is your life happening in the here and now. Let's take a lesson from the beautiful autumn trees as they make their brilliant display of letting go to make room for the next phase of life. Chicas poderosas. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If so, give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and please, por favor, give me your feedback or your questions in the comments down below. I read and respond to them all. I also invite you to follow me on Instagram. You can find me on marirosas_chica power. Besos y abrazos a todas. Hugs and kisses to all. Mwah!